As a business owner, what should you be posting on Instagram at any given point, much less during a pandemic? Really, there's no right answer, but what I do know is you probably need to adjust your messaging as well as how you're approaching your community during an uncertain time like this one. When this pandemic first started impacting the US, I had clients and fellow business owners reaching out saying that they didn't know how they were going to adjust their content calendars to incorporate our new reality. Right now, there's a lot of well-intentioned noise out there, but you as a business owner are probably looking for one straightforward plan of action for your social media messaging. While there isn't going to be a one-size-fits-all plan, I can certainly offer a framework as far as how you can approach your social media messaging. So for today's video, I'm going to be diving into 10 things you should be saying, doing, and posting on social media in order to keep your audience engaged and to keep growing your business and brand at this time. If you're interested in building out your calendar with content for the next 30 days alongside other business owners, you should probably join my free 5-day What to Say on Social Media challenge. The link for that is in the description box. And while you're listening to this video, if any of the content sounds helpful, please go ahead and give it a like. This just tells the YouTube algorithm that this is a video that's worth sharing with other people. Okay, with that, let's get into it. These first 5 items are going to be foundational keys that you need to keep in mind as you approach content creation. So number 1 is to make a commitment to show up. So what does that mean? It means show your face physically. Let people see you as a person at the helm and at the leadership spot of a company. Let them know that you exist. Let them know how you are doing. But secondly, once you make that commitment to show up, you want to be consistent. I recently had Charlene McCraney, an SEO strategist, on my podcast, and one of the quotes from that conversation you guys loved was when she said that consistency forces other people to take you seriously. So once you show up, you want to remain consistent so people understand that you are running a business and you're taking it seriously. Number 2 is to communicate. If you have an email list, make sure you get on there and communicate with your audience. Let them know what's going on in your world. You also want to start hosting Instagram Lives so people can connect with you on a real-time basis. If this is a possibility for you, you also want to start to host digital events with key industry leaders as well as key customers that your audience would recognize. Number 3 is to be transparent. Let people know how you as a leader, how you the person who's leading the company is doing. This is also your chance to ask for support. People are more than willing to help. People are more than willing to be generous, but you've got to let them know how they can help you. If you run a predominantly brick and mortar business, maybe you ask people to start heavily shopping your e-commerce platform. Let them know that that is how they can help you. But as they say, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you don't ask, your audience is not going to know how to help you. Number 4 is to serve your audience even more. A lot of people have been so generous with their resources during this time, and trust me, their clients are going to remember that. If you're able, offer some of your products for free. A lot of people have lost their jobs during this pandemic. This might be an opportunity for you to give back to people who've been loyal clients and customers of yours. Share uplifting stories, reshare stories from other platforms because there's so much negativity out there right now that any good news is always going to be welcome. And shareable content is something that can get you in front of even more clients and customers. Number 5 is to iterate and pivot as needed. What worked for you before the pandemic is certainly not going to work for you during or even after as we move forward. That means you're going to need to pay attention to what your customers are asking for. Listen to what they're saying in the comments as they call and email and give you feedback. If you also happen to have a small audience that's not as engaged and doesn't talk back to you a lot, you may want to start paying attention to the comments of your competitors. As people are saying, I wish you would do more of XYZ, you should do more of that, especially if you're smaller and you're more of a nimble company. All right, so at this point, you're probably saying, I get it, I'm already doing all these things. What should I actually be posting? Here are 5 categories of posts that are getting a lot of engagement for businesses right now. Number 6 is status updates from the CEO. Going back to my first point about showing your face, this category of what you should be posting is mainly about letting people know how your business is doing, but it's officially coming from you as the leader of the brand. I saw a post from the Target CEO that did this fairly well. Of course, it opened up an opportunity for their customers to talk back to them as a CEO, so you need to be prepared to address those comments and concerns as they come in. Number 7 is work from home tips. A lot of people are working from home for the very first time, and this is a shared pain point for a lot of us. So why not engage in that conversation? If you have employees who are working from home and are now serving your clients and customers from home, this will probably make people more empathetic to the change in quality of the customer service that they're receiving. So you may as well be upfront about the work from home situation of your employees. Also, if you have a product that can help make the work from home life a little bit easier for people, why not share your products as you're sharing those tips? Make a personal connection. There's so many shared pain points right now. People are homeschooling for the first time. People are forgetting to unmute their Zoom calls or showing up and not knowing that there's video on the Zoom call. Kids are photobombing or video bombing. So why don't you incorporate that in your content? It humanizes you as a business and makes you a little bit more relatable. Number 9 is tasteful humor. They say laughter is the best medicine, right? So we may as well tastefully poke a little bit of fun at our situation right now. The key here is tastefully. If this isn't a strength of yours, you may either hire someone to do it for you or avoid this step altogether. There's nothing worse than saying something or putting something out there that leaves a bad taste in the mouth of your audience. So do this one carefully, but a couple good examples I found out there was Guilt.com, who showed this image of one of the brides smacking their husband over the head for not covering his mouth when he coughed. Or this one from Chipotle, where they were letting us know that they're now including a little box of Tabasco sauce in with every online order. I like this one because it serves 3 purposes. First, it's humorous. Next, it lets people know that they are doing online orders in order to be more convenient. And then finally, it gives people an incentive to use that online ordering system because apparently people like to take Tabasco sauce from Chipotle. And then number 10 is to share resources. I've seen a couple CEOs do this very well. First is Morgan DeBon, the CEO of Blavity. As she's processing the fallout of the pandemic as a CEO, she is also sharing that processing live with her audience, which also tends to be made up of other small business owners. So in this example, Morgan shows how she's processing the information out there on reopening America as she thinks about reopening her business. Another example very early on in the pandemic came from Jenna Kutcher, who first of all put out a small business survival guide and then followed that up with a podcast episode where she brought on an expert to talk through the new financial aid that was out there for small businesses. So those are 2 great examples of how you can share resources as a business. And I thought I would also throw in this last one as a bonus, which is to think outside the box. If you ever wanted to reinvent yourself, this is your chance to do that. Gyms are now offering virtual classes. DJs are now hosting dance parties out of their living rooms that are being attended by celebrities. Target the other day was making whipped coffee with its audience. Who would have expected Target to do something like that? But there you go. They were able to engage with their community who's probably missing Starbucks right now. So think outside of the box. Your audience is home, they're attentive, and they are going to be receptive to any sort of entertainment or engagement you can throw their way. So this is a great opportunity for you as a business or brand to put yourself out there. And as I said already, pivot, figure out what's working for you, what's not, and do more of what's working for you. So those are the 10 things you should be saying, doing, and posting on social media right now, of course, plus 1 bonus. By the way, my name is Sewa Ajay-Pele, and I post videos on here every week on how you can level up your lifestyle and your business. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and take a screenshot of yourself watching and share it with me on Instagram. I'm Sewa_AP on there. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. And if you're interested in building your next 30 days of content alongside other businesses, be sure to check out the link in the description box. Okay, we'll see you on the next video.